Welcome to Purana Talk. I'm Leon. This is Alan. We're the Purana guys. We read the Puranas. We're reading the Garuda Purana. We're well along. We're into the second skanda.
Or Kanda.
And we're in the 30s, 39.
39. We're almost out of the 30s.
It's the 4th of July. If you hear pop pop, it'll be the 4th of July in a couple of days. And, some people can't wait, so you know how it is.
Garuda said, there's no title to this chapter. That's not what Garuda said.
That's unusual, though.
Yes.
Almost all have chapters, headings.
Garuda said, O Lord, out of compassion for me, please tell me the rules of impurity for my knowledge and for the welfare of human beings. The Lord said, O Lord of birds, the impurity accruing from birth and death is fourfold. The rules of impurity are applicable to all the four castes. The days of impurity are 10 for the relatives on the father's and mother's side. People should avoid taking meals during this period with the relatives of the dead. The bereaved, just leave the casserole and the bereaved family should neither offer nor receive gifts, should neither undertake nor conduct sacrifices. The study of the Vedas and Shastras is strictly prohibited. One should observe the following while performing obsequial rites: suitability of place and time, sufficiency of wealth, justification of purpose, validity of reason, and his capability. If a person is dead in the forest conflagration or in a foreign country, the relatives should take bath along with the dress. They should bathe dressed, probably, I think is what they mean there, as Indians often do. Take bath with your clothes on. There should be no obsequial rite, no water libation, and no impurity at all. Oh, I just skipped ahead. Sorry. If a person's dead in a forest conflagration or in a foreign country, the relatives should take bath along with the dress. Impurity is soon removed thereby. 6. If a child is dead in the womb or is born dead, there should be no obsequial rite, no water libation, and no impurity at all. Denial is recommended.
This could be really bad, too. This can be really serious for the woman that has the child.
7. Artisans, architects, physicians, slaves, male or female, kings, and Vedic scholars are purified immediately.
Well, that's good.
Your physician will not have to go off duty because somebody in his family, extended family, died. Right. Similarly, the slaves are not off duty.
Right, ever.
Artisans and architects can all keep working. Kings and Vedic scholars are purified immediately. He who is at fast or at sacrifice, reciting the mantras, or he who has set up a sacrificial fire, or he who is a reigning ruler, these are exempt from impurity as long as those who are exempted by the king, as also those who are exempted by the king. These are exempt from impurity as also those who are exempted by the king.
Mm-hmm. So he can extend this cleansing. And this is important because the ability for the monarch to heal is well established in European culture, Middle Eastern culture, and Asian culture.
Scrofula.
Well, amongst other things. But anyway, that's an important little piece there. What verse is that?
8.
Can you read that section?
He who is at fast or at sacrifice, reciting the mantras, or he who has set up a sacrificial altar, or he who is a reigning ruler, these are exempt from impurity as also those who are exempted by the king.
That's important. All right, thank you.
Sure. 9. In impurity accruing from birth, the rules are less strict. Mother is purified after 10 days, father just after taking a bath. During the days of marriage, festivity, sacrifice, if a person dies, there is no impurity. The foodstuff collected for use can be utilized by the persons concerned. This is what Manu has said. Don't argue with me. It's in the Manu Shastras.
So basically, they're saying
during days of marriage, festivity, sacrifice, if somebody dies,
right,
there's no impurity.
You don't have to stop.
And the foodstuff that you've collected for the thing can be put to the funerary concerns, apparently. Maybe. Is that what that means? The foodstuff collected for use can be utilized by the persons concerned. Right. This is what Manu has said.
Well, either as the wedding goes on anyway, or whatever.
Yeah. Or whatever. 11. In birth, the relatives incur no impurity. Impurity attaches to parents alone. Primarily, it's the mother who becomes impure. Father is purified by the touch of water alone. In birth or death, impurity lasts for 10 days, O bird.
I wonder if this is a way of giving the mother 10 days off after she has the kid.
That would be a nice way of looking at it.
Verse 12. Is that right?
Yeah, birth or death, impurity lasts for 10 days, O bird. That's the entirety of verse 12. But 11, this says it's primarily it's the mother who becomes impure. Father is purified by the touch of water alone. So it's really 11:12 that covers it, you know. Okay. By giving food to the hungry and the indigent, the parents get rid of impurity, the sages have declared. Man is purified after bathing in water from the earthen jar mixed with gingelly seeds and clay from holy places. He should gift some articles to the village assembly. Gold, cow, bull to a Brahmin. If Kshatriya, he should do the same twice. If Vaishya, thrice. If Shudra, 4 times. Wealth should be given to a Brahmin. So, inversely proportionate to your ability to come up with
to do it at all.
Although, you know, the Varna caste system is not, in fact, directly a class system necessarily.
Well, and it's not entirely observed any longer, but it is a factor.
It's in the discourse still.
All right, so gifts.
Mm-hmm. All right. A person distanced by 7 or 8 generations, or he who has not undergone a sacrament incurs no impurity. So, you know, distant relatives, just like, forget about it. 18. For men who have lost life for the sake of a Brahmin, a cow, a woman, or in the battlefield, infirmity lasts only for a single night. By which means impurity. But these are noble deaths. And they don't incur as much impurity as, you know, some ways of dying.
And that's
18.
18.
Brahmins do not incur impunity if they are engaged in an auspicious rite. When they die, I assume. Mm-hmm. Those who arrange cremation of an orphaned child with the Brahmin assisting them in this act becomes purified as soon as they take bath. When Shudras following a corpse reach a pond or a stream or a reservoir, they should return home. While returning, they should be glanced at by a Brahmin, which is enough for their purification. This is what the Vedic scholars say.
Is that 21?
That's 21. And that concludes chapter 39.
Glance of a Brahmin.
Don't look at him. Let him look at you. Don't let your shadow cross, you know.
Yeah, it's interesting.
So Shudras following a corpse, you just turn around and go home if they reach to water.
You know? That could be inconvenient, especially if you had to go a long ways.
Just go back where you came from. Not home, you know.
Back across the Indus.
You can never go home.
No.
All right, that's it. Have a good,